Shalom, shalom. This is brother number one from GMS London Forecasters, back from a week's worth of strikes from YouTube. So thankfully, praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I'm back and able to do this lesson. First and foremost, as always, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Dash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us this truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers out there still doing the work in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. In the face of all the adversities in these last days, man. And just a quick side note, I do now have created another backup channel in case of any more strikes. So anyone who needs to know, the name is GMS Seek the Truth 2.0. Alright, GMS Seek the Truth 2.0. Anyway, let's get into this, man. I'm not going to read too much of this. This is just a kind of a springboard off of this into a lesson, alright? So, it says here the title, and I wanted to do this actually a week ago, but obviously due to the strike, I couldn't get around to it. So as you can see, it's like a week's worth, a week old story. So, but anyway, so it says it's time to prepare for the post-American age, and as we know, America is Babylon the Great, and yes, it is time. It's time to put post Babylon is on the cards, man. Right? Soon come, as Benjamin likes to say, soon come, man. All right, their time is at hand. So it says Washington's role in the world is diminishing. What comes next? Well, what comes next is the rulership. After the destruction of Babylon is the rulership of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, and the nation of Israel. Right? The rulership of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so like Yahweh Shai, King David, and then all the great men going on down, man. These starting with the elect, man, but as a whole, the nation of Israel will be rulers on earth, man. So anyway, I want to just read a bit of this and get straight into the scriptures, man. So it says, has American dominance across global foreign policy, finance, and military affairs been a source of stability or conflict? Well, it's been conflict, man. We know this. It's not even a question. They spent their time invading every part of the world, spreading their wicked doctrines around the place, killing off world leaders in order to gain footholds in other people's countries and resources, and replacing leaders with basically shills, man. People put in the place, to do their bidding, man. Sellouts, if you will. All right. Some believe Washington's status as the last great power has been a force for good. Others disagree. Those people that believe in America, Washington D.C.'s governmental status and their rulership, those that believe it's been great or good are delusional, man. All right, completely delusional. The history books will tell you that in itself. The amount of countries, and there's still a few left they haven't put their dominance over yet. It says maintaining its hegemony has demanded that Washington divide the world into marginalized adversaries and dependent allies. That hegemony, that's that supremacy, that's that government, that rulership. So like I said, I'm not going to read all of this, so I'm going to jump down. It says, we are now living in an age when that American dominance is coming to an end, and its security guarantees are losing their credibility, because Esau's now created all of this technology now is exposing him, man. All right. So the world no longer is falling for it. They're crap. Now they've got a clown leading them. Sleepy, creepy Joe. The man's near on senile, man. Doesn't know what he's talking about half the time. Before that, they had Trump. You two clowns, man, running the country, man, or more or less running the world, because they're like we're reading America's a dominant power, man. It says the failed U.S. pursuit of regime change in Syria has resulted in both the Arabs and Turkey moving gradually towards reconciliation and a workable peace with Damascus. You see that phrase, is the enemy of my enemy my friend or my enemy. I believe that's how it goes. So to see these two countries that were at odds and now become friends against a common enemy, man. So bottom line is America's on its way down. It no longer has its trust, across the world. People now see it for what it is. Like I said, there's a lot to read there. I don't really want to read all of this because I really want to, use the scriptures, man. So yeah, America's about to go down, man. All right. First and foremost, we know that there's prophecies to come, so we know we have to wait for the prophecies, man. First and foremost, there has to be the famine of the word and martial law, the MOTB, World War III, man. All right, and that World War III is a demise. All right, that Babylon, aka America, is set to be destroyed. So let me just get this first anyway. It says Job 14:4. It says, who can bring an unclean thing out of an unclean slacking? Let me read that properly. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. See, America, the Edomites, because they're the rulers, and Babylon, aka America, is like their base of operations, man. That's where the rules come from, the doctrination comes from. So they can't change, man. They're always going to be wicked and evil. They're always going to be doing what they're doing right now. They're never going to change that. They're always going to be pretending to be the saviors on earth, man. But really, they're the enemy. Verse 5 says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So, despite them believing that they're going to continue to rule forever, and despite other nations like Moab or who else is out there? Well, I'd say it's basically Moab anyway, who think they're going to be next, man. That's not happening, man. And there's only so far the rulership of Edom has, and it's coming to an end. That's why basically the walls are falling down around them, man. It's they're trying to keep it together, but it's too late. This is Amos 9:8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord power, or Salakia, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom. Right? That sinful kingdom is Babylon, aka America. I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Right? It's all nations, man. So a side note, that's telling you what? That we as a people are amongst all nations, and that only can be possible, like I said, it's a side note, if we look like all the nations. Right? It's not saying that, there's going to be so-called blacks, you know, being redeemed out of China. All right, they're gonna look like so-called Chinese Moabites, man. All right. It says, in that day, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. That's the house of David, man. That's the house of Israel, right? It says, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, man. That's bringing back the kingdom, man. The righteous kingdom. This is all about in righteousness, man. This world needs righteousness. It says that verse 12 says that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this. All right. So we're gonna have and it says Edom first, right? First and foremost, they're gonna be the possessions, and then the other nations, man. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the reaper of grape, and the treader of grapes. So like I'm mixing up my words. And the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. So I'll read that again. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountains shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. Right? That's the switch, man. That is the change in power, a power change, power switch. All right. You know, so it's going to be a complete turnaround, man. A complete turnaround. Verse 14 says, and I will bring again the captivity of my people, meaning I will bring them out of captivity. So I'll read that again. It says, and I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof, and they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them. Basically, so we're gonna be able to build our kingdom, man, and everything that we build and we grow will belong to us, man, and no one's gonna come and take it away. Like now, because Esau's rulership is off, man. All right. It says, I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, saith the Lord thy power. See, once the Lord gives us, you know, fulfills this promise, man, and gives us our land back and puts us in our rightful place, man, that's it. Never again will we have to go through all this hell that we rightly deserve, I must add. But we will never have to go through it again, man. And, you know, we can't wait, man. And we know we're edging ever more closer to that time, man. That's Isaiah 24:5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Now, that's Esau, man, because we don't have that. Listen, remember the scripture says, and we always say this, that you know, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. So they have control over the earth and the laws therein, man. So if anyone's going to be changing it, it's Esau. All right. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Because that's what's coming, man. All right. That destruction is going to leave very few. It says, the new wine mourneth, and the vine languisheth. All the merry-hearted do sigh, because soon it's right now we're in the midst of merriment, man, and even with all this pandemic business going on, right, we're in the midst of merriment. People have no idea what's about to come, man. All right, they have no idea the destruction that's about to fall on their heads. It says the mirth of verse 8 says the mirth of Tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. The fun and games are over, man. Right, all the music and mirth, merriment is done. It says they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. So mourning, you drinking to drown sorrows, man. It's gonna hit people like a ton of bricks, man. It says, verse 10 says, the city of confusion, which is Babylon, aka America, because I remember the word Babel means confusion, man. That's why it says. That's why Babylon is That's why America is called Babylon, because they have confused the world and the nations with their wicked laws, turning everything upside down. They tell you boys can be girls, girls can be boys. That's their major focal point right now, man. They're pushing that doctrine hard. It's everywhere. So much so that the average Joe on the street, if you ask them what they think about it, they'll say, yeah, that's fine. Everyone's saying that, man. 20 years ago, people wasn't saying that. But now all of a sudden, it's fine, it's normal. Because they pushed it so hard that if you say anything against that, man, you'll be ostracized, man. That's that confusion, man. It says there is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten without destruction. I think that was it on that. Yeah. I've got a few scriptures to go through anyway. Right, Isaiah 47:1, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Alright, this is Babylon 2.0, man. Alright, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right, because remember, throughout all the ages and all the wars, that place has never been touched, right, by any sort of damage, by any wars, man, except internally by its own civil wars, man. And that just goes to show that it truly is Babylon, man. It says, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Right, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And at the moment, their shame is being seen, and it's going to be seen even more so. And when the destruction comes, that's when the true shame, right? That's when the true shame comes, because that's when everybody's going to know why America is being destroyed by way of nuclear devices, man. I might read on a bit actually. I've got a few scriptures, but there's some juice in here. There's some juicy bits in here. It says, yeah, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Because Yahushua is coming back with that raw power, man. Supernatural raw power. They're about to be destroyed, man, in such a way that the world has never seen. It says, for as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name. the Holy One of Israel, man. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is the Lord of hosts, man, the Lord of armies, right? Sit thou silent and get thee into the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. Yeah, rulership is over, man. Done. Yeah, let me get this last one here. Because yeah, they spent a lot of time and effort, you know, figuring out how to control the masses, man. Right, that's why the scriptures say that the heart is deep, man. Right, because they spend all their time and money and effort into being wicked. To control. Revelation 14:8 says, and they followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Right? So she made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So that drink, man, that's that poison that is spreading around the world, man. Alright? And, you know, we always talk about, you know, this LGBT, because their power is strong in that. You know, their reach is going far with that. You can't turn on the television now without seeing that sort of stuff, or the papers or whatever. And there would have been a time where they showed that stuff and people would complain and they wouldn't really show that. But now if you complain, you're in the wrong. Right? You know, now you've got boys wearing, using girls' bathrooms, prisoners saying that they're male prisoners saying that they're now female, going into female prison cells or cell blocks and raping the women in there. You know, I've got to be careful with some of the words I use. Let's just say assaulting women, you know, in a deviant manner. You know, so all this stuff is going on. You know, kids now don't know whether they're coming or going, man. You know, boys getting their rods chopped off. Now they're calling themselves girls. It's madness, man. You know, the music that's out there now, especially in what you call so-called black culture, man, is so detrimental now. You know, you got halls out there singing about, you know, WAP, you know what that is. It's degradation, man. Everything is to degrade everything, or bring everything to its lower state, so then people don't have any spirituality to keep them protected, man. You know, the belief in the Most High is lost on most people. Right, so it says, and the third angel. So I can went on a little bit of a rant. It's like verse 9 says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive the mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Yeah, that's that burning of America, man. Alright. Let me just see if I can get one more. Maybe two. Right, I'm going to get to the point here. Jeremiah 49 and 17, it says, Also Edom shall be a desolation, everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and neighbour cities thereof, saith the Lord. No man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. So it's going to be utterly wiped off the face of the earth, man. No one's going to be able to dwell there. Nobody. Desolate. Alright? It's going to be completely desolate, man. And I'm just going to get one more scripture just to cap it off, man. Because, still in Isaiah. But this is what's coming next, man. So I just want to get this one close out on this. It says, Isaiah 2 and 1, it says, The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So the Lord's house shall be established at the top of the mountains, meaning what? The other ruling factions on earth will be nothing, because the Lord's house, meaning the house of Israel, should be the rulership. Alright? Above all the mountains. When you read the word mountains, sometimes in the scripture, it pertains to rulership, governments. So verse 3 says, And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord Yahweh Shai from Jerusalem. And that's what this world needs, man. This friggin', I'm trying to keep it clean, this friggin' wicked devil that's in charge, man, has done nothing but destroy this place, man. He's destroyed your minds of you people and your children, and the food and the water and the land, everything. So much so now that good is evil and evil is good, man. So we need this world needs the righteous rulership. Verse 4 says, And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. You see, so that's how you know those people out there, them rats out there in Israeli land, right, are not the people, man. Because they took that land, right, not according to scriptures, man. A man, or a group of men gave them that land. On earthly, worldly, mortal men gave them that land, all right, not according to scriptures. And wars are still going on. So they've just skipped all the prophecies, man, and just done what they wanted to do, and they're going to be destroyed as well. And you know what? I'll close out on that, hitting the half-hour mark. So yeah, man. It's good to be back being able to do this lesson. Thank you, Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to do this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. And as always, I pray that it was. You know, I want to say, Kahal Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakah Kodash, you know, and Wa Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, man. We're nearly at the end of this thing now. You know, brothers can feel it, man. We can feel that this is the year, man. You know, Esau's going to have to push now, man. According to the will of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, we can feel it. That spirit is in the air, man. We're nearly out of here. All right. So with that, I'll say shalom.